mark-out rule is so critical. That's up next on Rules of the Ride. In bareback and saddle bronc riding, a rider can be disqualified if he doesn't mark the horse out. That means that his heels must be above the horse's shoulders until the animal's front feet hit the ground on its first move out of the chute. But if a horse fails to leave the chute, the judges can call out, "Go on," indicating that they have waived the mark-out rule for that rider on that particular horse. Matt McCloy has got the horse everybody wants. Stace Smith's Lady Luck. This is a great mare. You could win it all right now.
You know, this horse is honest right there. Kind of went out to the left, coming back to the right, just sitting up there and bucking. You know, a guy couldn't ask for much better of a horse right there.
Boy, I'll tell you what. And he did a nice job, as good as he could on that horse, because he hung his feet just a couple of times there.
Be interesting to see if he made it. I know he got bucked off right close to the whistle, but right there he's really giving it to her with his spurs and doing a good job. Right here he gets loosened off and tipped into the rein hand. We'll see if he made it or not. Yes, he did. 79 points.
He did, and she bucked so hard that when she gets ready to throw you off, you're going in a hurry. Brian Ammons of Victoria, Texas, and the right kind of horse, Sammy Andrews Hornet. They have got ready with this matchup right here to kind of set the standards for the rest of the field, I think. If he can hang on to him.
Wow, that horse really got it on right there in the chute. You know, the judges were probably hollering free roll because that horse turned around. You can see right here, horse started out, spun his butt around there and turned around. They're hollering free roll, so he didn't have to mark that horse out. But that horse is a handful right there, really bucking and kind of trashy. You know, he would have won a lot of money, I think, if he could have covered him, but that was just a hard horse to get by.
Boy, rank is a word that you could use with that horse every day. Double rank here tonight.
And too bad for Brian. You know, he didn't ride any horses. He's got 3 goose eggs.
Oh, rough weekend for him. How about we go to the national finalist, Bradley Harder, and again a national finals horse. This could be the best in the herd. Black Bart from Rafter G, and again the Gay family. A lot of guys will be deceived by this horse. They'll think he's... Oh, yeah.
Did you just see that? Was unbelievable. He got jerked out over the front of his swells and did a somersault in the air.
You know, if your reign's a little bit too short, and I don't think it was, he just bucked so hard, he bucked him off.
Yeah, that horse is amazing. Right here, he pops his swells and did a complete somersault. Wow.
Watch your head.
Lucky he didn't get stepped on. But right there, you know, Bradley goes at him, goes try to win first every time. That's what happens sometimes.
Jim Gay, he said that horse will fool a lot of riders. Here comes the youngster, Todd Rangel from Lubbock, Texas. Terry Walls, bucking horse, Lone Star. It's all score to beat 79.
You know, Todd's leading the average right now by a point. He's doing a good job riding this horse. You know, this horse isn't a day off, but Todd riding this horse pretty easy right here. You know, he had his toes turned out, lifting on his rein, and doing a good job moving his feet.
You know, I think that horse helped him a little bit, too. He just wasn't super quick and snappy, so it gives him time to reach up there, reset his feet. He's got a lot of style. You're going to be seeing a lot of Todd Rangel.
That's right. You know, Todd did a great job on that big, powerful horse.
Here comes the score. Do they like it? Yeah, they do. 85 points. Goes to way out in front in number 1.
Great ride.
Good job, buddy. All right, Leland Wood now, and again back to the Sammy Andrews herd of horses, a horse called Silver Bullet. Trying to get his feet in the stirrups. That's the last thing you do.
You know, 74 and 79 on his first 2. He's going to try covering this horse. I don't know that he can get ahead of Todd in the aggregate, but he's going to probably go in and try to win second right here. Did a good job riding that horse.
He did. You know, that showed a lot of heart and a lot of try, because that horse, every other jump was different.
You know what? They might have got him at the gate, missing him out. Yeah, they did. They got him at the gate. They're going to give him a no score.
Oh, that is so disappointing, because he really did a nice job. He was so aggressive in the second round. In fact, he split that win in the second round 3 ways with a 79-point ride. He was going for broke today, and I think he would have done some good.
Yeah, that's true. You know, and these guys, they can't give up if they see a flag thrown, because you never know when a judge might give you a free roll anyway.
You bet, you bet. And you could see him pull his hat down. He was mad at himself right there. He whipped himself with his own hat. Mad, but hey, don't worry about it. It can happen. Well, here you go. Final round. Todd Rangel.
Yeah, Todd with 85, then Matthew McCloy 79, and Charles Swallow at 76. They brought the rest of the field off.
What do you say we add them all 3 together and see who heads to Pocatello?
That's right. Todd Rangel on top again at a 240. Matthew McCloy 233, and Charles Swallow at 225.
Angie Burton's got our winner.
It was a night of hard knocks for the Bronc riders here at the circuit finals, but Todd Rangel, you came out. You made a good, consistent ride on the horse Lone Star. Tell us what you were thinking. Were you a little bit nervous? Everyone seemed to be getting bucked off out there.
Oh, I was plenty nervous, especially when you know all you got to do is hang on one and get a score. But I've had the horse before, and she bucked me off, and that's kind of a rematch. I'm glad the way it went.
What was your game plan?
Just ride him jump for jump.
Good job. It definitely worked for you, and like we said, it was a rough night, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome job, buddy. It's a stellar field of team ropers and some of the best action you've ever seen with two guys in two ropes. We'll be right back with the team rope.